Hey, friends.
Hey.
Hi.
Hey, Samantha, Caleb, guess what?
What?
We haven't done an episode of Junk House since last year.
You're technically right. Yeah, like it's been since last calendar year.
Yeah.
But it's funny.
Why? Explain the joke.
It's funny because usually the phrase I haven't done that since last year makes it sound like it's been a long time, but for us it's not even been a month, and that's funny. It's like when I say I haven't showered since last year on January 1st, or when I tell my coworkers I'll see you next year on December 31st. It's funny.
Welcome to Junk House.
It's a psychobilly freakout!
Welcome back, everybody. In the new year. We haven't seen you since last year.
So y'all get to do it.
Yeah, because when we do it, it's funny.
Oh, man.
See, here's the thing you have to know, Cordell.
Yeah.
When a cishet white man makes a joke, not as funny as when someone of the LGBTQ community makes the same joke.
Right.
And since the other 2/3 of the podcast, other than you, are of the LGBTQ, we are funnier.
Man, cishet white men never get anything.
Hey,
okay, I'm impressed.
2024 is going to be your year, though.
I'm going to get a month this year, and it's going to be a big deal.
Cordell's going to get a month, and he's going to make it everyone's problem.
Where's Cordell Pride Parade?
Oh,
I'm important.
I want to see the Cordell Pride flag. I need to see the Cordell Pride flag.
Do you want just like lines and colors, or do you want a picture?
Yes. Why do I have to choose?
Well, you know what we got to do to start off with the New Year's, right? Reading reviews, and they're really bad, so guess the movie. Extra song this time. Early.
Yeah.
Not even 5 minutes into the episodes, and we're starting it out.
Right?
Well, we did immediately dive into straight pride jokes, and those are kind of a cul-de-sac for comedy. So I'm glad you just changed streets entirely. We weren't going any further there.
A cul-de-sac.
Cul-de-sac for comedy is.
You got to turn around once you go in there. Like you can't keep going.
You can visit, but you got to leave immediately.
You got to leave the way you came in. Yeah. You have to backtrack in order for that joke to be acceptable in this show. So I'm glad you moved on.
Well, here we go. This is a 5-star review from Connor_Carl 16,000.
Carl?
That's a lot of Connor Carls.
There's a lot of them. Why the hell would they make a sequel to the first one? This one is so much worse than the first one. I almost threw up and shit my pants out of boredom. This movie made me so mad I wanted to go out and touch children. Oh, I didn't read that part beforehand.
Oh.
Luckily, I did not. But just know I wanted to. Okay.
What? That's
worse.
That's worse?
Samantha, what kind of problematic reviews are you bringing this year?
I don't know. Here's a better one from Josh. Eddie told me to write a review about this movie in his speech at Speech. I've never seen this movie, but toxic masculinity is shake my head. In
his speech at Speech. A middle schooler wrote that.
Yeah.
I want to ding, ding, ding. Space Jam: A New Legacy?
No.
Okay.
No.
Okay, that was gonna be my guess, so I've got another chance.
Because I'm trying to think what movie has a sequel that the sequel just sucks, you know? Because, like...
May I ask what year this review was published?
The review?
Yeah.
Both of them were posted in 2023.
Dang it.
Can I get a year for the movie?
1974.
Oh, shoot. Smokey and the Bandit 2.
No.
Okay,
Is
good,
it Airplane 2?
No. One more
That's
review
a good
from
movie.
half-star review from M40U. It's literally just a gay fan fiction for broke-ass men who fantasize about being in a powerful family and beating up women. Literally go get a life. What's so fun about watching a man make bad decisions for 3 hours straight?
Godfather Part 2?
Godfather Part 2.
Oh my gosh.
So the reason that I even picked that is I Googled New Year's movies, and that was one of the first New Year's movies because apparently it takes place during New Year's.
Okay. We gotta have that debate, and I'm gonna settle it once and for all. Okay? It's not gonna be a full debate because it's the same with Christmas movies, it's the same with Halloween movies. If you want your movie to be a holiday movie, if you want to call a movie any kind of holiday movie, that holiday must explicitly center around the plot. Like, the plot has to be very heavily impacted by the existence of that holiday. Such as Die Hard or Gremlins. Both of those plots explicitly happen because it is Christmas time. I have not seen Godfather Part 2. But if people are going to call it a New Year's movie because it happens to have New Year's Day somewhere in it, I don't buy that. It's got to be a big factor in the plot.
Well, this is what this website says. Happy New Year to everybody but Fredo. While The Godfather Part 2 doesn't take place exclusively on New Year's Eve, it does feature one memorable New Year's Eve party in Cuba, which includes a New Year's kiss that you never want planted on your face.
Then that sounds relevant enough, I suppose. But I don't know if that would qualify it for like a New Year's movie.
Yeah.
May I say a New Year's movie that's actually like, if it doesn't take place at New Year's, it doesn't work?
Yeah.
It's the Doctor Who TV movie. It's actually very good. That's it. It's just because at one point...
The Doctor one?
The 8th Doctor one, yeah. Because at one point the TARDIS is broken and they have to go get some crystals that some scientists put in the back of a clock to make it super accurate to where they can actually predict when the new year starts. Like, you know, because like time zones and shit. So they were like, this is when the actual new year starts. And the Doctor goes in and steals the crystals. And so they don't even get it right. It's funny. You know, it's a good funny thing when you have to say it's funny afterward.
Yeah.
Which actually is a good segue to, I guess, what's going to be the main topic of our episode.
New Year? No, okay.
Honestly, I do want to do some New Year's-ish, like, resolution-y talk. You know, tis the season. Tis the season, but we can do that whenever.
We're still on New Year's, so we can talk about some rezos that we're making or something.
But do you want to do that now or after our main topic?
Let's
wrap up with the Chinese New Year. Year resolution.
Let's wrap up with, I agree with Sammy on this. Let's wrap up with New Year's resolutions because I also want to get into this main topic because Cordell did something to us that...
Yeah.
Did something to us.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I did. I sure did.
Caleb,
tell us. Tell us, Caleb.
Cordell made us watch all of Skibidi Toilet in one sitting.
Yeah. Yeah, I did. And what'd you think?
I don't want to give my review quite yet. I want you two to talk about it first because I feel like you guys have. I feel like both of you may have better stuff to say than I do, and I don't want to bring the vibe into this already kind of negative.
I mean, that's fair. So full disclosure, how we got here was that I was on Twitter the other morning, like Saturday morning, and I found a thread, and it was like, what?
Last year you were on your phone last year?
Yeah, last year on my phone last year. You know when it was last year.
Yeah.
2023. We're in the future now. So I found this Twitter thread, and it was, hi, I'm going to give you an actual Skibidi toilet like thread that goes through every episode and genuinely talks about the plot. And I was like, okay, I know nothing about this weird YouTube nonsense that the kids are into. So I decided to watch it. And what I found was an incredibly wild plot that I had no way of thinking. Like, when I heard Skibidi Toilet, I thought it was like a couple weird jump scare videos, to be honest. Just having seen a picture of the toilet. That's all I thought it would be. It was like some jump scares. And it turns out it's way more than that.
Yeah.
So I said, hey, Junk House, we got a Skibidi Toilet. To be hip and happening in this new year, we gotta show the chillins that we're with it, with the toilets.
With the Skibidi toilets. And it's wild because it starts off and it's literally just a shit post about like a guy. It's just the camera goes into a bathroom and a head from Half-Life 2 pops out of a toilet and goes, Skibidi, Skibidi, don't boom bear, Skibidi, Skibidi, yee, yee.
Yeah, he just like sings a little song in a toilet and then the video ends. And then in the second video, there's 3 toilets and 3 Skibidis singing. And then as the first handful of videos progress, it's just random like songs and nonsense. And I guess the world is getting taken over. And then after like a handful of episodes of this, you start to see a resistance forming. And it's the cameramen. And they're fighting back against the toilets. And then the toilets are innovating and responding. And it begins this arms race that you get to watch occur of the cameramen upgrading against the toilets and the toilets upgrading against the cameramen. And eventually some speaker men are introduced and they're introducing more into the fight. And then the TV men are around and like, it just keeps escalating and the technology keeps growing and getting more out of hand. And it just gets wilder and wilder every single time you click into the next episode. And for me, it's entrancing. Like, what's the next thing? What's going to go crazy next? What's the next development? And by the end, they have like Titan versions of the different characters. They're like a giant speaker man, a giant TV man. And like, I'm actually invested now in what happens here with the Skibidi toilets.
Now, I found a theorem on r/game theorists. Do you want me to read what Skibidi toilet means to this person?
Yes.
Okay. This is from user Orbit of Glass 17.
Thank you, Orbit of Glass.
Thank you.
So, Skibidi Toilet series is an analog to modern media versus traditional media. First, the Skibidi Toilets are a criticism to modern social media platforms and trends, like TikTok or Instagram, where the toilets infected humans to become mindless toilets. Kind of how modern social media has influenced people in doing mindless trends or dances. Even the song that the toilets play/sing are song genres commonly found on those platforms. Skibidi Bop is even used on TikTok. As the camera/speaker/TV heads are compared to traditional analog media trying to stop the toilets, they are often depicted having more self-awareness than the toilets have. The person is writing this kind of weird, so I'm having to self-edit.
Yeah.
The self-awareness than the toilets do have.
anyone writing an online review of Skibidi Toilet's not going to have great typing
Yeah.
abilities.
Even the protagonist POV in majority of the videos are often on their side. One of the main songs they often play is Everybody Wants to Rule the World, which is an 80s song, in parentheses, a true classic. You can also conclude that the cameraman is supposed to represent us, witnessing the struggle of humanity with technological differences. It's kind of ironic if this analogy was true, but also proves the point in Skibidi Toilet's success and the concern with the influence modern social media have to many minds. Thank you for listening to my TED Talk. You're welcome, Orbit of Glass 17. But that's one theory.
I mean, that's a fair read. I
I
have a
don't think
theory
it's
as well.
that deep. Okay.
And that was my theory.
It's not that deep.
Yeah. You know what this reminds me of very genuinely?
What?
Of when I was a kid playing with my toys. Like, you know, it starts with you get a cool toy, or you just pick something and you give it a little bit of personality when you're playing with it. And then for me as a kid, it expanded of as I got more toys, each of them would get folded into this ongoing narrative I'd already started with the couple of toys I started with however long ago. And so it's like, it doesn't need to have much rhyme or reason, but it's getting increasingly complex because I just keep adding more in. And it's not deep and it doesn't make sense, but it feels meaningful because it's fun and engaging. And that's kind of what it reminds me of. It's like they did a fun, silly thing, and then they added another fun, silly thing, and they just kept adding whatever sounded cool.
I mean, I think that's fair. But what if it's also deeper?
I would love to because I think the creator's like DeFuck Boom or something is the name.
DeFuck Boom. He is from the country Georgia, which is, I believe formerly part of the USSR. So like that area,
I think so, yeah. Like
that's where the toilets come in.
Oh. I think it would be interesting to hear if that dude has anything to say about it, of like, oh yeah, this was deep, or oh no, it was silly and dumb, and then I kept making more, and then it became deep. Because I would argue it is relatively deep now. And I say relatively, like I don't know if it's intentionally, if it started out as like, oh, I'm going to do a commentary, or if it evolved into a commentary because people are good at making meaning. I don't think it's that deep, but I think it became deeper.
It started out as a toilet. Singing a song.
Yeah.
Honestly, here I'm gonna bring my some of my negative takes to this. Overall, you know what? It was fun to watch. Would I have ever watched this outside of with Cordell and Samantha on a call? Absolutely not. Never. And will I ever watch it again? No. There are 69 episodes, and nice, very nice. And I'm satisfied because so I did some research, kind of looking up like how old is the person that made this. He is my age. He was born in 97 or 98. We don't know. We just know that. And he apparently is keeping information about him very private, which I respect big time. But it's just, I don't like, it feels like somebody hacking into the core of internet culture, which is that everybody just wants something that starts out as like a weird random, like, oh, and then everyone just looks for, okay, but there has to be more and it has to be deeper, like, and I worry for the future of this because how much deeper can you go? What?
Say the phrase, I worry for the future of Skibidi Toilet.
I worry for the future of Skibidi Toilet because it seems like it seems like it's going to have the MCU problem of it started as just Iron Man. And now we're too fucking deep and nobody understands what the fuck is going on. And I cannot believe
exactly like the MCU. You wouldn't get it.
You wouldn't
get it. You know what? Just wait for Skibidi Toilet Endgame Part 2.
But that was honestly the frustration that I was feeling. Was like, as I was watching through this, I was like, I have no fucking clue what's going on. Like, even me, like, as I was watching and like paying attention as much as I could, I was like, I don't know what's going on here. Like, and you know what? Is it the worst thing I've ever seen? No. Am I worried about the future of the world because Gen Alpha is watching this? No. It just is one of those things. And I don't know if Cordell knows this. This isn't the first time we've discussed Skibidi Toilet on the pod, because Fielding and I had a small discussion on a guest episode that he was on, where I said that I'd watched a few videos of it and it confused me and I didn't like it. And so I was hoping, maybe watching all of it will make me like it more, and I can confirm no, it still confuses me and I don't like it.
That's fair. I do recall a time where you said in our group chat, you were like, Skibidi Toilet's confusing and upsetting and I don't like it. And I took that as a challenge. So I've had a small goal in my heart since then to observe Skibidi Toilet, and I happen to have the perfect avenue for it. But I think Caleb is overall right in a very major way of it's simply not that deep.
Okay, then here's the challenge.
Oh.
Make it that deep.
Oh, meaning exists where we create it.
Exactly. I like going off the Reddit that it's a little bit about, let's build off of that, right? That it's about analog versus digital media.
Then may I make a suggestion of something? It's not quite the analog versus digital media, but it is something similar.
Okay.
Of it's humanity versus AI. Because I read a theory as well on what's happening in Skibidi Toilet, and it's that this is a world where there is an infection going through the toilet, and that is what's causing actual humans in this world to turn into the Skibidi toilets.
So the Skibidis were people first?
That's what the theory says, is that the Skibidis were people.
Well, remember in episode 3, I believe, there's the toilets that are going into the restaurant and all of the people are sitting on toilets and then they turn into Skibidi toilets.
Yeah, the people started becoming Skibidis. That makes sense.
And the thing that triggers the virus is the song.
Oh, an earworm.
Ooh,
because the people did not turn into Skibidi toilets until the other Skibidi toilet entered the room and the song started playing.
They were already sitting on toilets, which is odd, but I hear where you're coming from.
Hey, I mean, if you're at a restaurant, you're going to shit anyway. May as well just do it right there.
They should do a combination eating crap restaurant where you're just body flossing the whole time.
The sit and shit. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm in.
All you can eat buffet that resets every few hours. Anyway.
So if we're trying to make it deep here, I like that virus concept. I want to see what y'all think about this sort of thing. What if instead of AI or
digital versus
Digital
versus old
versus-
media?
what if it is just media versus media? Like it's the same media, you know? Like the Skibidi toilets are wild and weird and messed up. And the things fighting against them are using the same tools. You know, every time one side gets a new tool, the other side co-opts it and starts using the same tool for their purposes. So it is just it is the dual nature of media in general. Something exists and is neutral in its existence. It does not make meaning one way or another, but when people take it and begin making meaning, that is when we begin taking sides and begin causing problems. How's that for deep?
Well, it's mostly the Skibidi toilet stealing the like speakers and TV stuff.
Which is an argument for AI. That is an argument for the AI interpretation.
I also want to just kind of throw out the idea that this is all just an analogy for war in general, because war breeds innovation, as we
Yeah.
all know. You know, some guy goes to war and then they invent a bullet, and then the other side has to invent better bullets, and then eventually they just keep outclassing each other. And then you have Oppenheimer, which was a good movie. And
Keep doing wars so we get more good movies. I'm hearing that.
Essentially, that's what I'm saying, is that we need more war so that I can watch more good movies.
Finally, some reasonable takes.
You know what? That's one thing they say about Caleb Burley. Caleb Burley, pro-war.
If there's one thing you could say about that man, he's a big war fan.
Big war guy over there. But that, like, because that's what it shows in the Skibidi Toilet universe. Starting around like episode 5, we start to see the beginnings of war.
They're going to war immediately.
They're going to war. It's the toilets versus the cameramen versus and the speakers and the TVs join.
They really do.
And G-Man's there.
And G-Man is there. And Michael Jackson.
Jackson.
Yeah, the introduction of the Michael Jackson toilet in episode 69 took me off guard. I was not ready to hear, was it Beat It was what was playing? It was like a distorted version. No, it was a distorted version of Smooth Criminal.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I was not ready for that. I don't have more commentary than I was not ready.
I'm on Twitter right now, and I'm not ready for all of the Skibidi toilet ships.
What?
Mm-hmm.
Well, I mean, TV girl and the plunger toilet should get together.
Yeah.
More like surveillance camera guy and speaker guy is what I'm seeing.
Some gay Skibidi shit.
Some gay Skibidi toilets.
I want all 3 of the Titans to hook up.
I want to see some hot Titan on Titan action.
I also want to say there is from defuckboom.shop, there is Skibidi toilet merch.
Yo, how much?
If you want a hoodie that it you know what? Here, I'll just show you. But they're I think the most expensive thing I see is a hoodie for $40.
That's too many dollars.
Agreed.
Never for Skibidi toilet.
I would not spend that much Skibidi money.
I just want you've got some t-shirts, some stickers, and all of them seem to be showing more the Titans and what Defuck Boom is referring to as the Alliance. which is the cameraman, TV man, and speakers. I'm not seeing a whole ton of the Skibidi toilets, but I do see there is one now. As soon as I said I don't see it, there is one.
You got some handshake stickers of the Titans doing the classic Arnold and who is the other actor?
The other one.
Gary Coleman.
Gary Coleman?
It's not Gary Coleman.
It's not Gary Coleman.
Is it Danny Glover?
It's Danny Glover, I think. No.
No.
And Arnold. Danny Glover, Arnold.
Just look up Danny Glover, Arnold Schwarzenegger fisting, and you'll find. I'm glad we had the same brain.
Yeah. Just look up Arnold Schwarzenegger fisting. You'll find it.
Now, make sure you look up Arnold Schwarzenegger fisting Danny Glover, not the other way around, because one of them is superior to watch.
Now, hold on. This t-shirt
I would buy that t-shirt, actually.
Says toilet in Ohio. Does this confirm that Skibidi Toilet as a series takes place in Ohio?
Does now.
There's a very handsome man.
That man is way too handsome to be wearing a Skibidi Toilet in Ohio shirt. He's beautiful.
Please, listeners, go to defuckboom.shop, which is DAFUQBOOM.shop. And just go look at that handsome man. It's
gorgeous.
a treat.
Man.
It's a real
He's
treat.
so pretty.
It's a real treat. There's also a shirt that says, "Yes, I am the goat," with goat spelled out like an acrostic poem. And it just says Skibidi, 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 Skibidi. So that's fun.
That's deep.
This is a lot. That's kind of, you know what? That is really the problem I have with Skibidi Toilet, is that it's just a lot.
Yeah.
In its
just
core.
a lot. It's Carl Weathers that did the thing with
Carl Weathers.
Carl Weathers.
Look up Arnold Schwarzenegger fisting Carl Weathers.
More like handshake.
Look up fisting.
Look up fisting anyway.
You also have to type in NSFW after that for it to bring anything up. That's how Google works. You have to put NSFW at the end for it to work.
It will, if NSFW helps you bypass all of the stuff they do, like companies will do to pay to get their websites first. That's how you bypass that.
Yeah, that's how you do it.
Come to us for more internet hacks.
Not sales fronting websites. That's what it stands for.
Not sales fronting websites. Yep.
Not sales. It takes all the sales.
Not sales.
away.
No more sales for you. You pay full price for everything because you're a dirty little boy.
Yeah, you are.
But Skibidi Toilet, am I right?
Skibidi Toilet. Yeah. Okay. Here we've talked about that it's old media versus new media. We said it's war. We said it's humanity versus AI. Like, what is it? What is it?
Caleb, it's toilets fighting robots with different media things for heads. It's simple.
But how do we capture the virality and the popularity of Skibidi Toilet and apply it to Junk House?
Skibidi-House.
Skibidi
It's a whole house.
Skibidi-House. Skibidi.
Junk toilet.
Skibidi junk.
Now, here's my pitch, okay? One thing that is notable about Skibidi Toilet is the fact that it is dialogue free. There's no speaking.
Dialogue free junk house.
Dialogue free Junk House. Always no talking at all. We just publish an hour of silence every week on the feed and give it a
You're
funny
on to
title.
something. You're on to something here. The listeners can make meaning.
The listeners, it's just Junk House is now an hour of silence that our listeners can sit and reflect and think about the thing they did that they're ashamed of and just really keep thinking about it and getting deep in on it.
Junk House, we know your shame.
Junk House. We are a Skibidi toilet.
We are none of us skibbities.
Yet all of us toilets.
Yes. I don't know, because I think part of what made Skibidi Toilet work is that it was just weird, and people like weird, and we are weird. I think we've got that down.
Yeah.
I'm not concerned about being weird.
Yeah.
Do we need more war?
We might need more war.
We have a pretty decent amount of lore if we're being real.
I said
'Cause-
war with
no,
a
war.
W.
Oh,
Caleb,
war. I
we
thought
need
you were
more
saying
war.
we need more war.
No, we have a lot of lore. That's not a concern, but we do
We
need
do have-
more war.
Junk House has a surprising amount of lore.
Which is a sentence you say to have a date end early.
Yeah.
Junk House is a surprising amount of lore.
Lore.
And then you go
okay.
home alone.
Business Insider described the series as an endless arms race as both the toilets and their foes produce stronger fighters.
I'd agree. I'd
So
put my
how do we
Skibidi stamp of
make-
approval on that.
How do we make Junk House an endless arms race as both toilets and their foes make stronger
Okay.
memes?
Okay, I got it.
Okay.
What are some ways you can be strong? Physically, big muscles. Mentally, and emotionally. That's 3 types of strong. What do we have? 3 hosts. Each one of us tackles one of those meanings of strength. And we
my
become
God.
the strongest podcast on the internet. Get fucked, Joe Rogan.
We're also going to change our name to that.
We're also going to change our name to Get Fucked, Joe Rogan.
Oh, yeah. So okay, if we're going to go for the Triforce here.
Yeah. So strength,
Trifecta.
yeah, because eventually it all comes back to Legend of Zelda. So
Always.
strength, courage, and wisdom.
Which, hey, physical strength, intelligence is wisdom, and then courage
is
that's
emotion.
emotional strength.
You're right. Which one of us embody it wants to? Because none of us embody any one element of that. We have to, but we can't diversify. We each have to pick a lane and go for it.
So instead of becoming individually stronger people, we are going to sacrifice all in pursuit of one.
In
Yes.
pursuit of one and become
Exactly.
extremely codependent between the 3 of us to become a full person.
Dibs on smarts.
Damn, I was going to read more this year.
The other ones are too hard. I ain't doing them. So I'm going to be smart.
Which
See, that's the
you
thing.
can pick
Yeah,
next, Caleb.
well,
I'll
but
I'll
that's-
take the last.
That's the thing is I don't think we can pick. I think it is something that someone outside of just us 3 is going to have to come in and be brutally honest with us about what we need to do. And I just hold on, I hear something.
Oh no. Oh no.
Hold on.
Oh, no.
Hello?
I thought you were going to say bring a guest on.
Hello?
Oh wait, I guess maybe there's a guest in the house right now.
Maybe. Or it's way worse.
Knock, knock, knock.
No. I really forgot about this dude.
Knock, knock, knock.
Cordell, I think it's your turn to answer the door though.
Knock, knock, knock.
Okay, fine. What's up, Og?
Hello, it is me. I guess I am okay with being called Og now. Because I've been working on myself. I'm Caleb Burley's life coach.
Yeah,
I forgot
What
that was
was your
job.
full name, though, Og?
It's definitely not Werner Hertz Og.
There we go.
Is that
It's
hyphenated,
RSI.
the Hertz Og?
No, Hertz is a middle name.
Oh, okay. So we're just calling you your last name in a pretty formal way, you would say.
Just as many people refer to my client, Mr. Burley, as Burley, then you refer to me as Og. It presents a form of camaraderie between the three of us.
Hey, Samantha, quick sidebar, okay?
Yeah, okay. Hello, yeah, just us.
Dude, this not Werner guy just kills the vibes, right?
A little bit. I mean,
Well,
I don't know. It just
it's not like he's not fun to be around, but like he starts telling me how to improve myself as a person, and I don't jive with that. I've made a pretty good streak of not improving.
I mean, exactly, same. And this dude, I don't fucking know who this guy is.
Yeah, look, we need to get some more of his credentials before we let him tell us how to live.
Okay, yeah. Let's
Okay. Cool.
Hey, can we see your resume? Do you have a resume
Yeah,
for us?
where is your curriculum vitae?
Yes, I have it right here in my briefcase. So there's
prepared.
my resume. As you can see, I got a degree online from Phoenix University.
I'm not going to cloud Phoenix. They do great work. It's important.
It is very important.
Okay. Who else have you worked with? What are some notable people, or is there like confidentiality involved?
This is actually my first time working with anybody.
Oh, okay. Cool.
And I said I got a degree. I got most of a degree from Phoenix on.
What does that mean, Og?
I could not complete Spanish.
Can we hear you speak a little bit of Spanish?
Hola. ¿Cómo estás? Bien, ¿y tú?
That's pretty good, Og. You could finish that class.
That's the most I learned in a whole semester, though.
Oh.
And I don't know what it means.
Oh, it means I, not Werner Herzog, am gay.
I need to think about my life now.
Why? Is that an issue? Is that an issue that you're gay?
I just had not considered it before, but maybe.
Oh, okay. Oh.
Maybe I need to know myself more before I help other people. Oh no.
Yeah, think about that, not Werner, before you come in here with your judgmental nonsense, trying to tell us what we need to be. However, I do want to hear your thoughts on that.
About who you need to be, obviously.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I obviously have thought about this a lot. I would like to give wisdom to Samantha.
Oh?
As in, you could become the really smart one.
Ah, dang it.
Yes, hell yeah.
Og doesn't know what he's talking about. I don't want him here anymore.
I want to give courage to Cordell. You become the emotionally strong one. And Caleb's going to get jacked at the gym.
Gym jacked, okay.
Well, thank you, Og. We will take this into consideration.
You're welcome. I also just want to say, I will be sending a bill for this, because this does count as a session.
It's weird that your life coach sessions with Caleb often don't involve him. Can we bring him into the room too next time?
He's been here the whole time. He's just standing in a corner silently, lifting weights.
He's already starting.
He's
Okay,
getting a head
good.
start. Okay. Well, let me get a head start on my assignment and telling you, Mr. Og.
Yes.
I am scared of becoming emotionally vulnerable, and I don't know how to begin that journey.
You already just now did.
Aw.
It's beautiful, Og. It's beautiful.
Stop crying, you pansy. I'm leaving.
Okay, I'm sorry, Og.
Bye, Og. Good to see ya.
Goodbye.
Got deep in there.
I'm so proud of you, Cordell, already.
200. Okay, I did 200 of those.
What weight?
Those were 50.
250.
Well, I cried.
Yeah, everybody's crying in the club right now.
Yeah.
I read the whole
That's
dictionary.
good.
What?
Wow.
What? Tell me a word. Tell me a word. If you read the dictionary.
But
I mean, that's proof. You read the dictionary.
You did read the dictionary, didn't you?
but is in there. I guess now that we've got our assignments,
Mm-hmm.
I guess we can also talk a little bit about goals. We can talk about dreams. We can talk about
we did
resolutions.
just have some resolutions handed to us by that mysterious figure.
A little bit, yeah. If I may start, I am not necessarily setting like big resolution type things. More in working on like instead of focusing on a goal, I'm instead trying to build systems to where it's just improvement overall, if that makes sense. And I've been reading a book called Atomic Habits
You
by
have to
Dr.
stop
James
that.
Clear.
That's Samantha's job now.
Yeah, I'll quit. I was almost done with it, but I can throw it.
Yeah,
I'll just throw it in the toilet. Honestly, maybe Skibidi
Skibidi
will
toilet,
learn
yeah.
something. Yeah.
When Skibidi Toilet grows as a person by reading Atomic Habits, you will have changed the course of that series.
But one of the things that's talked about in that book is if you're going to set a goal, you cannot just think like like the example they give is if you're the like let's say you're the coach of a football team, right? So
Right.
I want both of you to imagine you're a coach. Your goal overall is win the championship this year, right?
Okay.
To get to there, instead of just thinking, well, I'm going to win the championship, is to identify the parts of that and the systems that lead to winning a championship and improving those. Like, how do I interact with my team? How do we practice? How do I interact with the other coaches? And like identifying all of those and improving those. And instead of focusing on winning the championship, focus on improving all the elements, which will then add up to getting closer to winning the championship or just outright winning.
This is very therapy-y. That's a therapy-y book.
It is a pretty therapy book. So it's emotional strength, which maybe you need to read the book now, Cordell, because it would lead to emotional strength. But it also talks about working out, which is physical strength.
Oh.
And it's of a book that brings a lot of just mental strength.
Are you about to tell me that we are holistic beings and that we need to work on every part of ourselves? Are you about to tell me that right now?
I mean, I wasn't going to say it.
Did I just learn?
Depends.
Dang.
Wow.
To
Cordell,
learn
that's
is
my
to
job.
take it.
I know. I
accept
gotta
it.
stop. I gotta stop being so dang smart. I haven't read the dictionary though. Okay, I don't know what words are.
Okay, there we go.
Who does know what words are?
Speaking
honestly?
about books, though, I got 2 books from my older brother for Christmas that I am
Ooh.
going to read. One of them is The 4 Agreements. Have you heard of this?
I have not heard of that.
So this is The 4 Agreements, a Toltec wisdom book. And so I'll read you the 4 agreements, okay? The 4 agreements that you are making is to be impeccable with your words. Then also number 2 is don't take anything personally. Number 3 is don't make assumptions. And then number 4 is always do your best. So it's a little book about each of those, and it goes into Toltec wisdom and all of that.
What is Toltec?
Toltec is, I believe, a tribe,
a people group,
a Native American tribe. No, not Native American.
It was
pre-Columbian Mesoamerican culture that was in Tula, Hidalgo, Mexico.
Okay.
So yeah. The other book is by Eckhart Tolle, Tolle, and it's The Power of Now, a guide to spiritual enlightenment. So this one, they both seem really interesting, but the Power of Now, Jake was telling me about the dude that wrote it, and apparently one day he just like kind of woke up and was like, "Oh, I'm enlightened." Like, this is
You did
crazy.
it.
What's going on? So he like wrote a book, and it seems real interesting. Apparently the way he speaks and the way he writes is very clinical and very like, you have to, don't think about the past. You need to think about the present, and just like the entire time. So I'm very interested in reading that, but I'm starting with the 4 agreements because I feel like I take, of the agreements, the biggest thing I need help with is not taking everything personally, because I take everything personally.
Yeah, Caleb and I were saying that about you.
Yeah.
Whenever we were talking
What?
directly about you and
Wait,
the things you do.
Wait, you were talking about me?
Oh yeah, we hate you.
I can't
That's actually
believe it.
we actually have another whole server that's just for the 2 of us, and
Yeah.
we just talk about you in it.
And oh my god,
We just
It's
call
called-
it. Can
it's
you
called-
believe?
can you
Yeah.
believe
It was
everything
called the
Samantha
Samantha
does
server
wrong?
at one point, but we decided that was a little bit too on the nose.
Yeah,
So-
yeah.
Yeah.
but no,
But yeah,
those sound legitimately awesome.
They sound really good. They sound like those books that I'm probably gonna have to read pages multiple times because it's hard, like
Oh, yeah.
emotionally hard to read and be like, "Fuck, oh god,
Yeah.
what have I
no,
done?
I don't like it. I don't like it.
It's hurting me." But
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh,
also, I'm gonna stay caught up with One Piece. Sorry, I'm gonna say that I've caught up
Nice.
with reading One Piece, and I'm gonna stay caught up with One Piece this year.
You gotta catch up with One Piece.
You gotta catch up
Gotta.
with One Piece.
You gotta. I've been saying it since day one.
Cordell, do you have any goals or anything like that you want to bring to the group?
So, yeah, I think so. On a real level, I am going to find a therapist to go to for this year.
Good.
Yeah. So I mean, that's just the normal continuing my self-improvement and such. I do a mantra each year. I try to do a mantra, right? I mean, I am simply a person, and I am not the best at doing that in general. But I have tried to do like an overarching way of thinking that could guide me rather than, oh, this is my set goal. I find that I work better with a way of being more than a specific focus.
Mm-hmm.
So like a couple years back, it was like I was in college, and my first one I came up with was, you've got work to do. And the idea was that, hey, keep improving, keep growing. I'm doing plenty of work now. So my new mantra, the one I'm thinking of for this year, and I'll let you know if I modify it. Why not now?
I like that.
Like
that.
I come home at the end of a shift and I'm tired and I see that I need to load the dishwasher and I say, oh, I'll do it later. And then suddenly I'm trying to go to bed and I'm tired and then I still need to do the dishes.
Sounds like, if I may, all 3 of us have an overlapping overall goal of, if I may just put it in as few words as possible, just do the thing.
Yeah.
Just do it.
Just
do
it.
Or
It's Nike.
as we suggested to Nike, sport needs sport clothes. That's
Sport needs sport
really
clothes.
that's really the Junk House mantra is sport needs sport clothes. And if I may dive into that, if I may dive into sport needs sport clothes.
Yeah.
It actually does get down to the idea of just do the thing.
Just be
Because
prepared.
if I'm
Sports
gonna
need
do
sports clothes,
if I'm going to do the thing, I also need to be prepared to do the thing.
Yeah.
If I'm going to do the sport needs sport clothes.
I've been saying that since day one.
If I'm going to do the basketball, I need the basketball. I need the Michael Jordan shoes.
You do need the Michael Jordan shoes from Like Mike.
We need that. We need to put the flubber on the bottom of our shoes to win the basketball championship.
They were bouncing around so good when they had the flubber shoes.
And if I'm going to steal my heart and be ready for anything, I need the Psychobilly Freakout by the Reverend Horton Heat.
Yeah.
Which is why it's our opening and closing theme song. It's off the album Smoke 'Em If You Got 'Em.
Just
It's a
smoke
10 out of
them.
10.
Smoke them if you got them.
If you
If
got
you
them,
got them.
smoke them.
Smoke 'em.
Smoke them.
If you also got a TikTok or Twitter, you can follow us on Junkhouse Pod. Maybe a goal for the year though, for Junkhouse
Twitter.
specifically. No.
Oh.
What if we make ourselves a website?
Oh.
What if we get a little Squarespace website or something?
Oh,
something
Squarespace action.
Because I think one thing I keep on hearing from these podcasts, people that have been doing podcasts for a while, is you don't want to just send them, hey, do these 5 things. We don't need to give them homework. We just need to be, go to our website. You can rate and review us on there. You can look at our tweets on there. Maybe we conglomerate it all into one spot. But also, if you like this podcast before our website exists, you can rate and review us on Apple Podcasts and Spotify and wherever else you listen to this freaking show.
Hey, watch your mouth.
It's real quick before you say the thing. You do have an email to read.
I
It's
do
been a
have.
minute.
I'm very scared of this email. I forgot about it till just now.
I'm so happy for this email.
Before I do this, let me tell you that you listeners can email us at junkhousemailbox@gmail.com if you would like to send an email like the one I have not yet looked at and am about to read.
Do you want one of us to read it, or do you?
No,
want
I need to.
No.
I need to read this.
Cordell, I've read it. Cordell needs to read
I need
this.
to read this. So, on my resolution, my mantra for the year, why not now? If there is a goal I want to accomplish, if there is a thing I want to do, why not now? Now is I can control now. I do not know my circumstances later. If I want to do dishes, I should do dishes. If I want to read this email, I should do it now. So without further ado, in response to me talking about Dear Evan Hansen and how often I played it, we have an email from Ronathan Burgers. Hey, Cordell. Hey, fucker. Fuck you and fuck Evan Hansen. I wish Connor Murphy had killed Evan along with him with a baseball bat covered in fish hooks. You sang waving through a window every goddamn morning for a year to the point I personally wanted to hunt Ben Platt for sport. I can't so much as look at Ben Platt without squeezing my fist enough to turn 7 walnuts into powder. And if I ever catch you out in these streets, I'm crushing your walnuts. Fuck that musical and the bullshit message behind it. All my friends committed suicide in high school and I didn't get laid/paid even once. Sleep with one eye open, you pile of ropes on a trash can. Hugs and kisses, heart, George Washington Carver's bastard child, aka Peanut Butter Baby.
And that was from Drew or Ronathan Burgers.
Yes, that was
AKA
from
Ronathan Burgers.
my good friend Drew, whom I interact cordially with weekly.
I just want to say that in my why not now of this year, Drew is 100% correct. Evan Hansen, which the title of that email is Evan fucking Hansen. And
there
could
was
not
so much
agree
going
more.
on. Yeah.
I could not agree more.
Yeah. Still to this day, I think I said it last time, but the angriest I ever see Drew Hawley ever is when Dear Evan Hansen comes up.
Does anybody have a map?
Does anybody maybe happen to know how the hell to do this?
I like how I can just say, does anybody have a map? And Caleb just goes, oh no.
Which, if I were making a Venn diagram of Dora the Explorer and Evan Hansen, that's the only thing in the middle.
Yeah, so.
Wait, if our listeners want to email us.
I already said that, but a lot happened after I said that.
A lot happened.
You can email us at junkhousemmailbox@gmail.com. Please don't send me an email like that unless you know me personally. That would hurt my feelings if it were from a stranger.
And you know what?
You know what?
Just like we say every week.
For the first time of 2024, this I feel like a bit of sincerity, even with my words going. This year feels good. Like I feel like I don't want to just say this is going to be a good year, but it feels like this year is starting out right and starting out pretty nasty in the good form of the word. So I'm excited for 2024. I'm excited to see where we as Junk House go.
There's
I think there was a knock.
door.
What? Hello?
No, that's just me knocking on wood every time you say feel good about the year.
Oh.
that was me knocking on wood. That was not a character bit. That was me bracing myself.
Yeah. Well, how about
I do agree though. I do agree on a real level. Something about this year I do feel good about. I feel like good things could be happening.
I think this year is going to be a good one, knocking on wood. And I'm actually...
Yeah, we're all doing it. Okay, well, love you. I guess we'll see you next week.
Next week!
Skibidi-dop-dop-dop. Yes, yes.
It's a psychobilly freakout!